That's where we're going to start off then. Mirage and then Ancient as the deciding map in this opening series of the day. It is the quarterfinals here, and we got Big and PARIVISION. So big welcome, ladies and gentlemen, as we head into this one. It should be an exciting day of Counter-Strike. Big going to be starting on the CT side. It's PARIVISION starting on the T side.
Oh man, it's so nice to see Cash back on the menu. I'll be curious to see like, the nade lineups and all that good stuff. I've been doing a bit of workshopping. I know you're a massive nade nerd as well, Anders, so
True.
We've both taken notes on this game.
Oh yeah, there's going to be so much to watch for and learn. We're already seeing a little bit of aggression here. It's over on the A side of the map, so trying to see if you can find any kind of an opening. A little bit of a flash. It's a shallow one, and I would say, yeah, Tabson probably don't want to recommit to that peak. I feel like a lot of the times, if you don't get the very early kills on those pop flashes, it's better to fall back. There's such a big risk that you're going to get repeaked instead. And I'm glad to see that Tabson, you know, he doesn't need my advice at all. Quite the veteran. And, yeah, good to see that he's just bouncing on out of there. They are stacked up a little bit towards, it looks like the B bomb site for a minute, but they're actually going to fall back. So they kind of give up on that for a minute here. And it looks like Big are shuffling back and forth. They're trying to read what's on the CT side right now, and they can go wherever they like still. They've got 50 seconds. Ooh.
Oh, Blame was fully flashed and still nailed the headshot. That's going to be a tilde. And still on the back foot. I think the top of the overlay is a little bit off. They're obviously Big on the CT side right now. And it's going to be Big. They have to try and receive this push into checkers, and JDC lays it down with the Julies.
He was in the corner hiding the whole time. It's good that he got the double kill. I think he must be disappointed, though. That was a real chance there to get a lot more. Nice Molotov will burn at least one player back, and they definitely hear that, so they knew that someone was on the high ground here. Bomb's been planted, and that's, as we sometimes say, half the battle on the T side. So far, so good for the PARIVISION side. Slaxijez dancing around in the back here. Can they actually go for the retake? It's a good headshot on one, and Tabson is there to hunt down Slaxijez. So even at the defuse kit, they're going to be fine with it here. Big, an important victory early on Cash, but the bomb did get planted, so PARIVISION are definitely going to be ready to answer.
The thing that kind of hurts a little bit on this one, Anders, is that we have a lack of flashes. And it feels like you've got plenty of cash here. Like, surely you want a flash or two. They've got smokes, but no flashes to play with.
Yeah, that's a good point. I would have thought the same thing. I mean, yeah, especially if you throw down your own smoke, you could even flash your way through it. Ooh, wow, Blamef getting a bit of an easy time over here. It seems like they're almost peeking into them one by one. So smart for the smokes haven't really done anything. I mean, they threw one down towards the B bomb site. That was about it. They're not actually going for the B bomb site, so I guess we can count that as a fake of sorts. Not that it's particularly convincing at the moment, but that's a good job, though. Slaxijez, a little bit of damage goes a long way in these early rounds for PARIVISION. Just try and see if you can steal something away. We're down to 20 seconds, so they pretty much have...
Finally, PARIVISION, as a result of their patience in the previous round, will have an AWP. Got a question. Maybe James Cole was purely off the basis to get that weapon in the hands as fast as possible, and Hobbit through the smoke, through the wall into the head of Blamef.
Yeah, that position on the mid box is... It's just very recognizable. You see him spam it still. Like, he's trying to spam it again to see if he could find someone on the other side. So, that's been discovered. That's been found out. I've seen the videos as well, all over Reddit and everywhere else. So, pretty easy to get the lineup there. But well done, nonetheless. You could see all the bullet holes there. So, Hobbit, yeah, he's so drilled into that. They are going to try and boost him. This is a core feature of Cash, so there's no doubt PARIVISION will think about this. They should know. No one's watching it. That's a big mistake. Hobbit goes down. Smoke here will block anyone else from actually going through, which is a bit unfortunate. Otherwise, there might have been a chance there to get even more kills. I think that's a CT smoke as well. So, might have blocked a chance for a quick double. Grenade goes down towards A main, and it's significant damage. The incendiary, a couple of them to really slow things down. And we're at 45 seconds, and they're still getting flanked. JDC is still on the hunt here. This is actually kind of terrible for the T side. Tabson with a nice timing. As the smoke lands, he takes down Slaxijez, and suddenly it's a 4 versus 3 here. Cello creeping around the back. It's a good headshot, but I don't think they're out of the woods yet.
No, certainly not. Time is also a problem, and that flank is still in play in the squeaky door. Zwei, last man standing, a low Faven in the smoke. But the time itself is just the biggest enemy because he has to press forward. Can't check all of his
utility on the CT side, and obviously they're more than anything, they're hoping that Big make a mistake and start to push out. I don't know if I love this position for Grix. I feel like this is super risky. If they all come for him right now, he is locked into this fight and his teammates are a little bit far away. If he lands a couple of orb shots, then fine, it's going to be no problem, but I could see him getting run down. All it takes is really one missed shot. And even if he gets it, you could see how quick they're going to be on top of him. So not my favorite position for him. Does give over the AWP. Oh, the Hobbit even lands a Deagle shot. Now Slaxijaz with the stolen AWP. What an expensive round already here for the big side of things. The grenade nearly wins them the round, I think. Going to be a follow-up here, and it'll burn Slaxijaz alive. He just wanted to plant the bomb as well, but it's a 1 versus 2. Cello, don't see him winning this. Again, very, very hard with the Tech 9, but he does get the first one. Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. JDC's on the other side, and Cello, yeah, unfortunately.
To do with Overpass and how PARIVISION were one of the teams that really adopted this map early on.
Yes, they were really, really good on the map, but I guess it is a bit of a shame. I think Slaxijaz has, you know, it's probably his best map, so sucks that it's out. But you know, say Valve, they operate in mysterious ways. We can't always know why. Cello goes down here, and I guess for Big, this is the beginning of something really interesting. JDC almost Molotov'd out, but not really. I think that's super dangerous. When you throw these kind of Molotovs on the T side and they don't actually clear the corners, whether it's the vent or just a corner on a map, you end up sacrificing some of your teammates because they think that this position is going to be clear now. So very, very risky stuff here. See Sway, he has no idea. He does turn around for it, but only because JDC was shooting Hobbit in the middle. So either way, it backfires on PARIVISION. That one Molotov, I think, was meant to clear out all of the vent, and that's going to be an immediate conversation shortly on the T side.
Jane, though, big pick. They don't blow open the smoke. I think it's what they were looking to try and do with the AWPA, but Grix isn't able to do anything on that one, and now things get awkward. 15 seconds left again, though. Time has been a consistent problem for PARIVISION, but Sway nails the headshot, and all that pressure mounts on Blame F. 1v2. And I was going to say he's backing away. I don't know if he's going to be saving, because, again, I mentioned this earlier, the money is kind of ass right now for Big,
right,
all things considered, so it's an arduous one, isn't it? He doesn't have a kit either, so yeah, it's probably will be a save.
Or are they really going to wait for Grix? I guess Grix is holding the angle on the other side with the AWP, so might be more of a... You hear the AWP shot go off, he gets a kill, and then you swing on the other side here. Nice timing for Farman, but Grix can't find the shot there. He was flashed, I think, and Sway takes him down, and now that leaves Farman in a very unenviable position. He's here in the checkered room waiting, and they're right on the other side. He actually gets the dink on the Jame. Not bad for Farman. I thought he was going to get killed outright then, but it's a 3 versus 3 now, and the bomb not quite planted yet.
Shows the importance of not getting too desperate and just staying alive as long as you can. It's not just the fact that he gets the dink that gets finished off, but also it allowed the CTs to rotate and be up in this closer position. The downside, there's a smoke in their eyes, and there's no way for them to break it open. They're throwing a lurk smoke out. Bomb now planted. They're going to look to try and push through this smoke if they want to go for it. Again, they must have a good read that PARIVISION are far from established in their economy front. And that smoke is still in place, so they can start to push through and make a move.
It's going to be very risky here. I don't see a kit anywhere on the ground either, so I don't know if they actually have a lot of time here, but it's good spray down for Hobbit. And JDC, that bomb is not planted ideally for him. He'd love to be around the box here. If he had a smoke and a kit, it would be different. He could put the pressure on Sway, but Sway's played it perfectly. It's like, you know, like... Don't knock it till you try it. Yeah, it's a good offer. I appreciate that. JDC, hold the phone. Single AK. Pushing out in front. Surprised that he's able to get away with that. Gotta be frustrating for Sway, right? He's holding for only that one thing. And now the question is, can PARIVISION... Can they actually get enough info to make a rational call at the moment? Or are they just going to go for a full-on execute here at the A bomb site?
There's a lot of issues here. First off, they've traded up to a second rifle. Secondly, they're not sure if they're being flanked right now, so they're going to have to be forced into a fast hit, and that plays into the hands of this stack. Superior firepower, though, still should be good enough as Favin puts that P250 to use, but there's Grix with the AK. 4v2 suddenly, and both of the T's are low on HP. Make it just Jane on 64. And they know exactly where he is. That
is something that Valve try to do, it feels like. They try to make the maps more balanced, so maybe that's also what they've been aiming for. I guess we'll find out. It feels a little bit CT-side at the moment, but it could just be Big having a pretty good day in the office here. JDC has found Hobbit. They are... At least one of them is trying to do a run boost, but it does require 2 people to actually run, so... I don't know what's going on back there. They have an AK on Cello, so... I don't mind throwing in the Glock as a distraction, like a human flashbang around the corner for Cello to then peek on, but it seemed like PARIVISION are not in agreement about what the plan is. So they're going to go back instead, checking out this A position. It might try and boost up into the middle. BlameF holding 2 positions at once. I don't know if I love this. He could obviously fall back and play, you know, in that corner, but at the same time, this is risky. Oh, there we go. Flashed up. He did fall off the roof. Very, very well done, honestly. Well navigated for BlameF.
That timing there was fantastic, yeah. Kind of negated the flash that was tossed in. Also, the Molotov will not extend to BlameF's position, and he also has a bit of cavalry as tabseN goes pushing, finds himself Slaxy Jez, nullifies him, but more importantly, he spilled the bomb onto the ground, which just took a tumble. As will Jame, and this is quickly turning into a 6-2. And although I do agree, this is looking very CT-sided, I have to say, PARIVISION do not look...
Smash somebody in. The basic grenades over on A or even on B, like you talked about the sunroom there, it should be possible to put some pressure on Big. I feel like a lot of the failures of PARIVISION so far come down to indecision and then waiting around for a long time. Although Hobbit, oh, that's such a great timing for him. But unfortunately, JDC was more than ready. They do have 3 AKs on the CT side, so those kind of fights pushing in are really interesting. This position for tabseN over at the A-bomb side is one that I've been very curious about how people are going to negotiate. So I'm on high alert looking to see if anyone can flash him out of there.
I think it's also just like, as you say, the indecision, but it's the lack of set plays that we've seen. Like, where are the crisscross smokes? This was a staple of Cash. Basically, you throw 2 smokes from a middle, you lock down the CT side of mid, and it allows you to push out. You can get players boosted up as well simultaneously, and you can just take control. We've not seen any of this utility. Where are the mid smokes being tossed in?
Plant, like, keep it a little bit simple early on. I wouldn't hate that.
Oh, a grenade's going to go too deep. I don't think it's going to affect anyone, really. They did smoke top middle this time, PARIVISION, but the counter nades are really on point. As tabseN's going to receive, JDC comes in for more. Another 3. He's up to 20 right now. Just destroying
less that if PARIVISION get up to 4 rounds, that would be a significant improvement. Some might even call it a doubling of their current round score. So yeah, try and see if you can get there. JDC's out of the mix. That's got to be a victory. He's responsible for, you know, 80% of the kills that are on the big side of things. So get rid of him. You're more than halfway to probably winning the round.
I think what's kind of concerning though is that Grix is still on 7. You got BlameF on 8. Everyone has pulled their weight, even if it's JDC that's way ahead of the rest of the pack. And to make matters worse, you've also got a Tech 9 in play, which has been neutralized. Again, look at the time, 40 seconds, a well-placed Molotov. And this is going to really stall and stymie the push.
Oh, I think you're onto something, Vince. I said well-placed. You said well-placed, but I feel like that could have gone down a little bit further. It's still pretty good with the smoke on top, but I feel like a little bit further forward, and it would have completely blocked them from entering. Still, this double setup is hard to read. BlameF goes down early with not a kill, and Favin's going to be dead. What is happening? Big. They had the setup. They had the grenades. They were low on time on the PARIVISION side of things. I feel like that's criminal on the big team here. They should have been able to at least make this a 2v2 for tabseN and Grix, and not a 2v4.
I am so confused at that Molotov. I mean, they're still going to be playing for this. It looks like they got tons of cash. And obviously, this is the penultimate round, so why not? Also, if nothing else, just let the bomb do the work for them. We already saw Jame go down to that bomb earlier on. So it looks like they want to try and hold on to these 2 AKs, which is completely fair enough. Jello, in the meanwhile, those will be pushing in. Grix, Trigger Discipline, going to be lining them up. And a spray is good for 2. Jello down at 19 HP, but he should be able to get away from that bomb. And he'll be okay. So PARIVISION pick up a 3rd. The only thing I could...
That might have been the thought there, and they just failed the spree, like you said. A little bit unfortunate. Oh, through the smoke. I was going to say it's dangerous, tabseN. You know Hobbit can spam that. Grenade doesn't go where he wanted it here, but 8-3, and with the opening kill going the way of Big, and with JDC still being alive, you never know what could happen here. Wait a minute. JDC stepped up for another headshot. Does he realize there's somebody already in the site? They might be aware of it, but they also might not. It doesn't seem like they're fully committed to the idea here. So Jame, with a little bit of timing, maybe he could catch BlameF. Okay, the door is open. They've seen it, so they should be suspicious.
Yeah, and Blame F also just checks middle just to be completely sure he's not being flanked. Now they can both focus their attention onto the A side. As you say, they have a good read that James is likely out here on the site. Again, Squeaky has been confirmed to have been opened. Moving around is JDC, a man on a mission. And now James finds the timing and pops his head off. They now know where he is. 2-play-2 with 40 seconds.
Blame F down by the forklift. That's a sick shot from Slaxidias. He did not allow him to get away. And Grix is moving in from the other side. Retaking now with the AWP. Don't know if it's worth finding under the gun here, but when that smoke fades, he might not have many chances here to find Slaxidias, who's just out of the open. He's very committed to this. He does also have a Molotov, so we'll see if he gets a chance to dance around the boxes. That could happen here. The timing is absurd. I can't believe Grix hasn't checked the back of the site. Surely that's the next step, and he's just missed him by an inch. There we go. Map in this quarterfinals. There's a lot on the line. It's $1 million tournament for the XSE Pro League, and they are straight rushing the A bomb site. James seems to be ready. It's a clean headshot, and he cuts the head off JDC. What a great play to get rid of early on. Grix is going to be the next one in the grave, and now it's a 5 versus 3. The bomb might be planted here, especially if Blamef can carve out a little bit of space on the bomb site. At least they'll get that much done.
Yeah, way more one-dimensional and just a full-on committal from Big. Post-plant comes in. There are kills aplenty. As now it falls upon 5 on, as they're going to be pushing around the corner, but Slaxijet's only on 12. He's using that smoke to his advantage right now. Tons of time left on the fuse. They don't have to rush into this. All of the pressure is on Favens. Lost the round, but they got the bomb plant. They decided to save to go for the AWP for James, whereas Big instantly force in. They got Galils, they got Deagles, and they got plenty of threats. And they're going back to A site again, and they're picking up the pace. Oh, it's a team kill.
I mean, you'll take it. If you're on the PARIVISION side, you need some help from Big right now, because they've been crushing them so far in the map. So yeah, team kill, and then another couple to add to it for James and Cello, and suddenly Grix is alone in a uncomfortable position. I actually haven't checked on this version of the map, but where Grix is standing in the old version of Cash, you could spam up to the box boost that's on the CT side, like the shroud position. You could spam through the wall up here, and that was very fun to do, but I doubt you can. Like, my feeling is that they've changed the thickness of the walls there. I will have to go investigate. I just remembered in the moment.
Yeah, I don't think you can. It's quite kind of interesting as well that in all the games that I've seen on Cash, and again, it is a very small sample size at pro level, no one's really using the Shroud Boost or NBK position for that matter. It's quite rare.
Yeah, because you can still stand on the door or the light above the... Then you've got the advantage of being able to spray them down like a more of a full body spray instead of just clicking away at the head. So I feel like taking those deal challenges in the middle, probably not the best idea. Opening the door is a subtle but probably pretty effective way to keep the CT somewhat occupied looking this way. Like a little mind game that you can play as long as the door is there. Hobbits dancing around. Yeah, that's more what you want. Like this kind of a fight instead of just a straight headshot. So good work, Hobbits. He's starting to get a little bit warmed up. And so I guess our PARIVISION as a whole, the hero AK on the CT side, other than that, they weren't the most aggressive team. And that's really interesting because Cash is a map, I would say, that affords, maybe especially if you're pushing that squeak door over at A, you can really do a lot of damage. BlameF will find Slaxidias early on, and this is finally some mid-control. I don't think PARIVISION did this even once they got them any kind of mid-control, but it is going to be Big trying to make their way back through middle, into the vent, and check it towards the B bomb site. And Tabson, even though flashed, he's spraying down one. Sway alone on the bomb site. Is the backup going to be there? He might not need it. Another headshot, and he brings down Tabson. Sprays him to death with the assistance of Hobbit. It's going to be BlameF in a 1 versus 3, in spite of the fact that all of Big were right on the footsteps of that bomb site. They were almost ready. Sway, I think, was the only thing standing between them and victory. We want to see the rest of Big try and help out, but yeah, it's just another measure, I think, of how tough it's been for the second half here on the Big side of things. Smoke goes into main, re-smoking this one. James will spot out one player. Okay, that's a nice waterfall. I think a lot of people have discovered how to throw that. And then they complete the wall on the other side. So the utility is on point here. They've also burned out the forklift, but they just go down for the smoke anyway. I don't know how James, he found the angle there, but Cello spraying down JDC through. Bomb is going to be planted, but I don't think they care. Oh, Farvin blown up. I think he stood his head up and straight into the grenade. That is devastating. So yeah, a bomb plant, but not much else here. Tabson alone.
Mid-control. JDC up on highway. yet to get off the mark in this second half. Maybe this is his round to have more impact.
Yeah, we haven't really seen that highway be utilized at all from the T side, so now is a good time for it. But running the clock down a bit low. What an opening. Farman cuts down Slaxiges, and here comes the rest of the push. That's why that highway's so dangerous. Sway, he's in the smoke, and that might be the only reason he's alive, at least for a second. Blamef infiltrating that back line. Like I said, you could do it all the way to CT spawn if you get back there. And he's done exactly that. Will go down to James, but you have to doubt whether or not he can do this one. They've got the money. If he wants to run for it, he can. But it is very risky. Grix already scoping up towards the van back there. Sees him just juggling back and forth. And Jamie crouches under. Stands up. That is a bit of a trick. And now it's just Farman here. There's time for the defuse. He's got to be worried. James is one of the most cerebral players we have in the space, in my opinion, but he's not. Does go for clutches. I'm always on the edge of my seat. He's so interesting to watch in clutches. The Grix, though, gonna get some revenge for the previous round as James did a lot of damage to them. They will take him straight down. Smoke blown open, and Sway, who's now picked up the opening duties from the fallen leader, will be able to take down Tabson. So we're back into a 4-on-4 here. Nobody at the A bomb site. This is a risk for PARIVISION. And can you justify this? I feel like if you're going to be stacking basically mid and B, you almost have to push in one of these positions. You've got to be more aggressive here.
Yeah, that gamble they've thought twice about now because Yellow's moved over onto the car. Hobbit, in the meanwhile, though, gets his pick and falls away. Blame F, not for the first time. Making the most of this momentary weakness in middle. We saw him have impact in the last round, pushing into Con. And he's going to do the same again here with the Galil. The timing here is everything. Player to his right, player to his left. There's no reason for Slaxiges to peek in, but he does anyway. Finds Blaine F and just too fast on the draw. And so suddenly this round just gets out of control, and there's not much that Grix can do with it. The only little bit of a lifeline is that he has the bomb, and he finds Yellow out in the open, but downhill...
It's out. Just to remind you, he was 21-2, JDC. And now they're back to some upgraded pistols and not that much else. Sway playing this front position. He could get hunted down in checkered, but he's got Slaxiges with him. Yeah, they're going to be flashing their way out. I love this.
Good crossfire as well, as Way still with the AWP. Had so much impact with it last round, but Tamsin's going to run and gun it down with the Tech 9, and also pushing through the smoke on CT. This could get real interesting. Hobbit team kills Slaxiges, though.
Yeah, with the help of Tabson, he was trying to shoot through the smoke, and I mean, he did get the kill he wanted, but a little bit more than that, too. Incendiary doesn't seem like it's going to stop the bomb from going down. I thought it was going to bounce off the back there. A missed shot from Tabson, relocating for it. If they get away with this one big, that would truly be criminal. PARIVISION had every chance here. They got the opening kill. They had 2 people on the bomb site, and they were instead run down by Tabson. A drive-by with the Tech 9 as he opens up the bomb site and practically gets 2 kills. I mean, he's at least credited for the last one as well. Cello diving in, shot in the back by Grix. Nobody checking that left-hand side of it. And now it's James against the world, and this is unlikely. They should never be peeking him. Tabson, bit of a risk here, but yeah, there's no more time left. Trying for the wall bang. The bomb is going to go and be...
Some really good timing peaks as well from the likes of Hobbit and Slaxiges. So I think big overall, assuming they can clutch this one out and eventually get this W, will be relatively happy with how things have gone. Nades coming through onto checkers though. Slaxiges caught in an awkward spot, but does nail the headshot. And now with that smoke, he's given a momentary reprieve, but he knows the T's are about to push him.
He's got 8 bullets left. He didn't even reload, and he doesn't need more than that. Another headshot, and even does some good damage on the Blamef there. Very one-dimensional attack coming in from Big. All 5 players walking in from that sunroom position. And normally you would expect at least there would be something in the middle, right? Even just into the 3 scoreline at the first half, but now it's more interesting. Big have decided to change their pace, maybe due to the economy here. They got the AK, they got the Tech 9 on Grix this time. And again, the problem is you can get the bomb planted on the A-bomb site, but actually holding it is so much more difficult. That is a nasty shot from James. Clips Farwin with a headshot right over that balcony. And again, I don't think PARIVISION should never care about the bomb plant here. Why? Just let him plant and then retake it.
Yeah, you've got tons of utility. 2 HEs, you've got Molotov.
Look at
a
this
healthy
boost in the middle.
dosage of smokes and flashes. They are going for the boost, so tabseN can try and wrap around the back of them. Typically, their hard entry, as blameF said himself in that interview, but now he needs to come good and try and lurk and flank and get some success, but Zwei takes his head off, and that puts way more pressure now on the T stuck on the site. This is where that utility comes to the forefront. blameF may have the timing and the drop, but it's only a P250. Tries to run in the smoke and deny the defuse. They do get it eventually, but with a kit, it's going to be fine. They can still get the defuse on PARIVISION.
Big, but it wasn't enough. Now we're at 11-11, like you said, and they are once again trying to test the middle here, and that is a massive success. They're going to burn out the vent as well. JDC back in action.
25 kills to his name. That's what I mean, man. He can do whatever you need him to do. This round, hard entry, hard clears out James. Nade is going to force Favin away just a little bit, but they're keeping their options open as well, Anders. I mean, you've got players that are situated on the left-hand side of main as far as the CTs are concerned. And they may have a good read of this, but it's going to be something you're constantly worried about. At what point does Favin try and peek around the corner?
True.
And I do have a player up on Shroud. Eventually, we have seen this boost box position, and it could be the remedy for disaster. If they don't check this, Yellow is going to have a field day.
Easy shutdown. tabseN did not look like he was aware. It is a famous position for a reason. Cello, he's absolutely turned on here. Going to be a couple of kills for him before he finally goes down to JDC. Still a 3 versus 3. Plenty of time for PARIVISION to set up for the retake. Hobbit is in fact pushed in front. Zwei goes down, but Hobbit, he might be the timing against them. It's going to be JDC to hit the deck, and now all up to Hobbit. Not been the best game for him yet, but he will pick up this kill, up to 13. What dangerous jump around the corner, but Big looking pretty well prepared on the T side. Cello, is he going to push through his own smoke or his teammate's smoke? That is sick. Love to see it. Catches Favin. He wasn't aware that that could have been happening. Very simple mind game, but an effective one.
What a time to bust out that play as well, Anders, when you know if he loses that trade, there is a very real chance you go behind 1-0 in the quarters. Instead, though, James locks in with the AWP. And it is the talisman of JDC that gets sprawled out. Grix trying to even the odds, but there's only 40 seconds left on the clock. They have to fully commit to this A play.
And PARIVISION showing us time and again that they don't care about holding the A-bomb side. They've done the math. They know that they could go for the retakes. If they're a man up, if they could do a little bit of damage on the approach here, make sure that Big have to pay with a lot of health to try and get the bomb planted. That's all you need. Grix, this time there's no AWP on the other side for him to get outplayed by, but they've lost tabseN. blameF and Grix, it's going to be the 2v4, and there is a flank coming in as well. Long way around for Zwei here. This is almost impossible for Big to hold. I can't see them getting through with this. It would be shocking if they were able to. Grix misses the first shot, and they're on the balcony right on top of him, hunting him down, and blameF not really able to help out his teammates. He's going to go down to Hobbit. That's not even close to an attempt at the 2v4, so it's
35 seconds left as they start to make a move up highway.
Yeah, they're going to be going for this, splitting the A-bomb site 3 different ways. Cello wanted to push out. This is one of the few times where PARIVISION are actually fighting a little bit before the bomb is planted, and I guess that makes sense with the clock running this low. 22 seconds, and they get the kill on blameF now. 3 versus 2. The bomb is a little bit delayed here. That's scary, but I think they finally managed to convey it onto the bomb site, so that's good news. And there's JDC activated. Another headshot. He's up to 28 kills. He might have been slowed down in the second half, but he's...
PARIVISION just had rock-solid, deep defensive play. Flash is going to come through. It's a good pop flash for the oncoming tease. It does land in their eyes, and again, this is stalling time. Again, 30 seconds on the clock. It's different this time. It's on B.
Yeah, last time Zwei was a god here. He got 4 kills. This time he is straight deleted. JDC with more shots coming in. He's cleared out the bomb site on his own, and even though the clock is low, they're going to get the bomb planted here. A 5 versus 3 that... Man, look at the money here for PARIVISION. I was going to say, in overtime, you want to fight for these kind of rounds, but I don't think they could even justify that. What a miserable defense for having 2 people there. None of them get kills.
That Slaxy Jez round from what, like 8 or 9 rounds ago, they've learned that valuable lesson, and because of that, PARIVISION are forced onto the back of the site again, playing reactive. They do have 3 players here, though. They've got a good read of the situation, but will it be enough?
Good counter utility coming out. Oh, and Sway. That's a clean shot. You couldn't see much there, but Tabson's deleted. We're 45 seconds. Slaxidius also back there, and they're fully in. Big have no choice. They have to commit to this now, and it's not going to get easier if you wait. The longer you wait, the more they're going to start to show up. Deep grenade, it does tremendous damage, but it just doesn't matter. Hobbit coming in from the high ground as well. It's Farvin actually doing the secondary opening over on this side. Almost spotted out a player there. You could see Hobbit is aware. You're right, he's pretty paranoid that someone could be there. JDC, if he peeks the right timing, it could be devastating. Oh, that is lightning fast from Hobbit. But he goes down to the net nonetheless. 20 seconds on the clock here. And again, it's PARIVISION just running this so low. They run into Farvin, and he's hit the shot. Not the normal AWPer of this team, obviously, but doesn't mean you can't get it done. 9 seconds on the clock, and I think any chance of getting onto the bomb side is pretty much evaporated here. Jame, all the way on the other side, is hoping to catch people in rotation. He's hoping that the bomb is going to be planted. My God, it's close. Pretty toasty out there in the sunroom.
Farvin needs to not fully commit behind this because he's susceptible to getting flashed out in this position, and there's loads of T's coming towards him. This could backfire.
Yeah, you are absolutely right, Vince. Good call. JDC goes down. I think you exactly nailed it. He committed. He knew he'd done the damage. You can sense the victory coming. You know you're just a shot away from getting it, but that's also what lures you into, I agree, a bad position. 5 versus 3 now, and that's what PARIVISION really needed. They are going to bounce up to 14 behind this.
Yeah, you can understand, but I think it also shows that Farvin is not as comfortable with the AWP. I don't think a primary AWP is holding that angle for that long because they're very aware of the vulnerabilities that come with the territory of having the sniper.
Yeah.
Way PARIVISION into this round. You can say it's fortunate. I thought Jame honestly was hit just outright in the open. It was surprising to me that he survived that first shot. Grix, though, will finish off Jello, but it means that PARIVISION hold on and keep their cash dreams alive for now. I don't know if Grix is going to be afforded the luxury of holding on to this AWP. They are chasing him down. They are hungry.
I didn't get much sleep either because of the heat wave in Europe, so I'm not made for this kind of thing. But yeah, one more round for Big. And it's going to be a victory on their own map pick of Cash. Bit of a surprise. Bit of a great surprise, to be honest. JDC's made his way down, and nobody was near enough by to hear it. It's another case where no one's holding it, but at least the bomb is going to be planted, and they have another lurk in Sway that could be an all-deciding position here. I think Sway might be the one to win this round.
But JDC's going to keep them interested from main side. But as you said, there is a lurk on a lurk, a flank on a flank, and Sway should be good to get this kill, and if he does, that's surely the round that falls with it, because now that powerful position of A main trades hands back to the T's. And with this plant ticking away, Tabson needs to have impact. A player that is not afraid of getting aggressive, but he's going to have to somehow deal with this Sway threat, and Sway just has to...
They're still stuck on 9 kills. That's definitely worth highlighting. God, Sway's almost caught up to JDC. I didn't even notice that. There's actually 29 kills on Sway. Grix, easy enough shot, and they actually get rid of Sway here. So double overtime is in effect, in case you missed it. That is where we are at. So first team to 19 now. And again, these T rounds have been very hard to come by, and it's not going to get any easier when you lose a player early on like that. That's a reason why people throw that T smoke to block off this position that were just fighting in. And it is to try and stop any kind of madness like that.
That nade goes too far behind Hobbit, doesn't affect him, and JDC finds out firsthand. Again, trying to get aggressive out middle. I love the idea of it, but it seems like it's maybe a bit telegraphed at this stage. Tabson, though, on the periphery is going to deal with the IGL of PARIVISION. 50 seconds, and they're headed towards the B side. Molotov, well timed. Could maybe be followed up by that smoke. But he thinks better of it.
I mean, Farvin just has to get 1 kill. That's all he needs to do here. Now he's got backup as well. Grix, oh, he can't get the flick in time. Wait a minute. Now the pressure is on. That is a stunning shot from Cello, but great job for Farvin. He pushes in, he even gets the double. And with just 27 seconds on the clock here, they've left Cello in a very awkward position. 17 health on him. Might as well try for the bomb plant here, but surely they're going to be on top of him. I like the fact that they wait. Tabson was in the smoke, but he actually waits for Blamef to get there, and that's definitely the more rational choice. Oh my God, they've burned him all the way down to 5 health. Oh, he made a little bit of noise. You almost have to relocate. Unless they stack up right in front of him for a double headshot, there's no way he could... He almost walked into a clear shot there. 30 seconds on the clock, Vince. And this time they got Cello lurking over on A, and the rest are going to be pushing B.
Problem here, though, is that Hobbit's in checkers. And so this puts a lot more pressure on them. But they still need to try and get this entry in. It's the same way again. Grix getting wrecked by that boosted up position. And now Favin, slightly different angle, but it's the same result. PARIVISION stomp through onto the site, and they will have a plant coming through.
That has to be the last time that Grix loses that fight. Like, you can't even blame him, because he probably in his mind thinks that he's going to be able to get the flick, but they've proven now, PARIVISION, they are ready to bring him down. Oh, Tabson getting close. Gets the headshot. Wait a minute. How are they back in the round? PARIVISION, this was already won. There's a Galil on his side here. So at least it's going to be even if JDC goes for it. Molotov, again, I don't think it burns everything out yet. JDC is still going to be in the vent. That has to be fixed for PARIVISION. It's so annoying to watch because it can easily backfire.
Yeah, that's one of those things. Oh, Favin, okay. He's had a couple of awkward moments with the AWP over on B, but he's nailed that shot at least. And yeah, it's one of those things I think, Anders, they'll go back and watch and they'll make quick adjustments. Because as you say, it's you cannot keep missing that Molotov. Meanwhile, though, James taking the aggression, but it's a 2v4 and he's lost his life.
Yeah. Nice attempt. I did like the jump up there from James, but I think Hobbit did actually die to the lack of a Molotov in the vent there. JDC peeking him, so I think it's cost them at least a couple of rounds now, or at least it's cost them some of the openings in these rounds. JDC, position should have been absolutely fine. Somehow Slacksuggest is able to get him. And with 25 seconds. This is where BlameF is such an annoying player to be up against, because he's going to be so patient, and he's probably calling into Favin as well, saying, just don't fight him. Wait. As long as you can. When you hear the bomb going down, he might even ask Favin to wait until BlameF gets there. Oh, grenade. I can't believe he actually stays alive. And the incendiary on the other side. How has he lived through that, Slacksuggest?
Molotov, because he was fully flashed. He wanted to get that into A main. It still kind of did a job, though, because it stopped them from pushing the forklift. But they're up close already. Hobbit needs to be really careful. He might not anticipate this. The flash is good, but they don't actually check their angle. It's a 1-for-1, which is way better than Hobbit was probably realistically going to pick up.
At least they got full health on everybody left here. They just need 4 more kills, Big. It is their own map pick. And Mirage, like you said, coming up second. They'd love to clear this surprise cash pick and you know, prove that it was a good idea, that it wasn't for nothing. They didn't walk into a trap by PARIVISION, who their T sides have looked miserable, but the CT sides have been strong. They've been playing this A retake a lot. They don't really care to defend it. They're happy to just make it expensive. I say that as James is now committing to the defense. And Cello is here, and that commitment from James probably forces Cello to be more aggressive too. And that's going to work. Through the smoke, straight headshot to bring down Tabson. Favin answering back. We're down to 23 seconds now. And Favin on top of the red container. He's out in the open, but no one's shutting him down. My God! Favin has cleared out the bomb site. A triple for him now. And Sway's going to be running in all the way from that back line. I think he might have heard it already. Favin wants to hunt for it. He swings wide. Such confidence on the player.
I think are going to look a lot better on their T-halves on Mirage as opposed to Cash. Not that it would be hard to do that.
Yeah, but that's a good expectation to set. And we'll definitely keep an eye and try and remember sort of some of the failures of Cash. If they creep in here, then definitely we're going to be pointing it out. But let's get into it right now. We have the smoke kit combination on Favin, so I love him already. Some of the more exciting pistol rounds that can happen is when the CTs try and go for a full-on retake. And by the way, the fact that they have the smoke kit is why they're not playing A at the moment. It's not that big. I'm not aware that someone could be attacking the A bomb site. They're just saying, if they do, we'll go for the full-on retake. So this is a very deliberate plan. They realize now the smokes have been set up, so Tabson's going to call it in. But again, all you're trying to do is get any damage you can for the smoke, and then you want to run down the clock, and ultimately Favin, when he gets here with that smoke kit, PARIVISION have got to be very careful. All it takes is one misstep, one slip up here, and that bomb is going to be defused. It's harder than it seems to kill people in this position. But let's see how this plays out. Full 5-on-5 retake, Vince.
This next kill is super important for all the reasons you've just highlighted, and it looks like it could go the way of Hobbit. The timing there, though, on the flash comes through. It does fully blind, but spins around and takes his head off. How the hell's that happened? BlameF and Tabson putting it in, and there comes the defuse, but Sway just denies it with a millisecond left on the clock. And I'm sure he's going to get peeked into.
That's a pretty good Molotov there. Putting a little bit of pressure on, but you are right. I guess the one big advantage is there's only one helmet here on the CT side, so The MAC-10 could do some damage. You can see Cello very quickly getting rid of Tabson there. But wait a minute. Blamef and JDC answer back. 2 kills in the middle. And they also lose a 3rd player. So a bit of a devastating moment here. Grix finally goes down, and I guess there's still a way back here for PARIVISION, but this is again where some of the indecision could be very troublesome. Slaxidius, he's found the opportunity, long spray, but that Molotov, does it? Oh, it does land around the corner. I thought it was going to hit the pillar straight on. The bomb is in middle here. James, is the gun barrel going to be showing JDC? It almost seems like he sensed it. He's got the right idea. James is right there on the corner, and he will find the kill on JDC. It's not over yet, though. If you peek in and stop the bomb right now, you can still win it. Smoke goes up, and Blamef, yeah, you have to try. Oh, I cannot believe it, but somehow James has made his escape, probably giggling as he's running away into the bomb site and planting that bomb.
Timing there really ran against JDC. I thought he played it perfectly.
And he has to be careful all the time. Good grenade, forcing out that position with the Molotov. 35 seconds. The bomb is now making his way up the connector here. JDC taken down. And unfortunately for Tabson, even though he's close to hitting the timing, it's so hard to be right about it. They were hoping that they were funneling them into the B bomb site, and I think that's why Tabson is waiting. Instead, they just escape PARIVISION, and that should give them the round. Interestingly enough, a bonus kind of round on the T side of things. Let's see how this plays out. They're going to go fast. Oh, no, Grix! He's been run down. He might have had a helmet, but it doesn't matter when they're that fast. Blamef, though, trying to clean up. Great shots with the AK. Will take down 2. JDC can't stay alive. Sway, good with the secondary AWP. The bomb is on the ground, but not planted. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, it is. Sorry, I just misread the HUD there. Definitely planted now. Could be a potential setup. Let's see if they double swing him or if they try to flash their way through. But either way, this is really a lethal position. Cello, oh, his shoulder showing. Gun barrel now as well. Grix knows for sure. Backup surely going to be called for any second now. Good little flick there. But he has to back off the angle. JDC starting to arrive at the bomb site. Great work for Grix. Oh, man, he's got some revenge for the last round. I think he needed that individually as a mental point here. That's really good.
And I think so did Big, right? Because the previous round, it was Grix that just got pummeled by the MAC-10 rush. To go back and play the exact same position again shows a lot of resolve and self-belief and confidence. And sure, he may have lost his head, but the damage has already been done. There's no way.
Against the MAC-10, let's say, it suddenly can make a difference. Nobody's really defending B. I think they were busy boosting JDC up into this position. Tabson is going to get the kill on Hobbit. Can they get anything more here? This is a weird round. 2 people in the hallways. Slacks is just now pushing the A ramp on the other side, but Sway goes down. It feels like PARIVISION are all over the map and not really winning any fights. Another one that goes the way of Big. And yes, they get the bomb side, but Big in a 2v5, they should be able to win this retake every time.
Oh, the timing for Jane, that's going to be frustrating. He was watching. He knew he had to make a move, though, because he was carrying the bomb. And now Yellow will get that information relayed. The one in ladder room needs this kill, but Favin so fast. Had a slow start to cash, but pulled off a beautiful clutch to close it out. And now Tabson momentarily will have the freebie kill onto James, who dropped, and then kind of call around himself. The problem is that he's just not really had any kind of success so far, individually speaking. And you could say the same for Hobbit, but you can nullify that now because Jane has just nailed Grix. But Favin, with the fast flank around him to underpass, catches him totally off guard.
He's so good at that, Favin. Cello trying to get up out of the palace. I don't know if it's going to be possible. Sway jumping over. What a mad running shot. They do have the bomb here, and with that kill, there actually is a way to win the round. JDC, though, oh, he can't get the spray down. I thought that was for sure going to be a kill, but Sway defeats him with the Galil, and now Blamef. Are you going to try and go for this? You've got no utility. You're already on half health. Yes, you've got the kit. You might know that Sway is low. I think that's been called in, but this is going to be very hard to find anybody. Okay, picked up a grenade.
It's kind of fascinating as well, going into this round, even though it's 5v2 in terms of the rounds, as Favin's missed his shot. PARIVISION have 18 kills collectively, and Big have 21. So they're ahead in the kill mark, but they're still behind when it comes to rounds.
Yeah, I guess that says something about the kind of Counter-Strike that they're playing at PARIVISION. They've lost Cello, and they didn't feel comfortable hunting down Favin, which is kind of interesting. Hobbit has got 0 kills, which probably just adds to the story that you're telling about PARIVISION being a little bit behind. And again, some of it's also down to Big saving in some of the early rounds, which makes a lot of sense. Favin, He's repositioned. The bomb is solo in middle, but it's going to be going down through the underpass, and eventually they'll get over here. 20 seconds. I say eventually. It has to be kind of right about now. Good Molotov, but Farman with that flick. He's taking down Hobbit. Still stuck at 0 kills. They do burn him out of the bomb site, but with 10 seconds on the clock, you make the jump past here. Very nearly dying to the M4. Slaxy trying to keep it alive. Holding for James as he's planting the bomb, and successfully so. I'd love to see Slaxy go into the smoke here. He's still got 26 bullets. He's just playing on the edge of it, but big. If they can't win this round, it's just going to be so painful.
A really, really significant miss of a Molotov there, because that could have denied the bomb plant. There was only 5 seconds left on the clock. The molly missed completely. HE's now being tossed in, and Slaxy is going to try and take the initiative. Spots the player around the corner, sprays him down, and gets a second kill as well. This would be heartbreaking. Potentially map losing. If Big concede this, it had to go their way, and now Blaine F still thinks that Slaxy is in. An amazing play from Slaxy and take nothing away from him. First one is JDC, for some reason, overcommits and dies. Didn't need to. Play for the post plant with your teammates. And second is the Molotov that missed. Those two errors come together for a disaster. And now Jay goes in. And PARIVISION just picking it up again. Boosting into window. And there's not much that Big can do about this. Blame F is stuck in connector. Can't even move.
Really good Molotov. That's going to be annoying. Blame F. He's of two minds. He wanted to both push into the middle, and he also wanted to fall back, and instead he just got caught in the middle of the Molotov. I think that's a rare moment of indecision for Blame F. Normally very decisive in whatever he does. Grix sees the gun barrel. He knows someone's up there. It's actually a brilliant flick onto James. He can't land the next one, though. He needs some backup, and Tabson is here for the job. Cello goes down, and Tabson wants the AK. He had run out of bullets. He had to go for it, but gets shot in the back instead. And now Farman getting you the rescue again. He gets the first one, and Hobbit has finally got a kill. Needs another one here. The bomb is out in the open. Farman, if you can save Big, maybe there is still a chance to make it back, but...
Some of that was off the basis of JDC cooling off. And sure, Grix eventually showed up towards the end. Favon, of course, we've discussed, had a ton of impact. But what happens on Mirage if JDC continues to go off the boil and no one else is there to pick up the pieces? That's the way for PARIVISION as they look to try and push in. This is where JDC should be padding those stats a little bit. 2 kills go his way against this full-on eco. Denies the bomb plant with the USP. And there's a 4th kill for JDC. On for the ace.
Win the round big, but yeah, given the fact that they're trying to make a comeback and they want the momentum, I think it's nice to get around like that where it's pretty clean. Not so clean for PARIVISION. They're on Galil's and a MAC-10. Oh, but Blamef is surely dead. Right through the smoke. I don't know how, but he missed James completely. Tabson's next to fall. Grix, you're going to have to hit that flick, and you're going to have to hit a lot more in this round, even get close to winning it. They are all around him. Farman trying again to save the day. It's JDC taking down Hobbit, who can't get a kill to save his life. So somehow, we're back in a 3v3.
Really smart from Grix there, though, man. Like, to have that clarity in chaos and have the ability to just say, all right, okay, I'm overrun. Let me fall back into con. Let me help my teammates out. It may not end up mattering. That flashbang perfectly placed, fully blinding Grix. And with his loss of life and Favon at 15, it's unlikely that anything else will come out of this round. JDC may go unchecked because one player already got spotted in the murder hole.
Which probably just means they're going to be quite far away from the other side of the map if that's where the hit ends up happening, which maybe not. Oh, look at that bomb, Vince.
Yep. Move around. Oh, he's made a dog's dinner out of it, JDC. It had to be a kill. Sway down to 8, but... oh, boy, that's a mid-control that's just been completely forfeit as a result. That Palace player is everything. And it is Tabson. He's had a very good half so far. What can he get done?
Well, this is what you want if you're in that Palace position, but it only means you have a good position. It doesn't mean you're winning the round yet. And again, look at Sway lurking on the other side. I mean, this is brutal. This is the last round of the half, so no matter what, we're going to be seeing a retake out of Big, or at least an attempted one, but if somehow they... oh, they've already Molotov it off. Very, very heads-up play for PARIVISION, knowing that there could be somebody up here. That should tell you that they're at least going to be aware that someone could be lurking. A long flank from Sway, who's low on health. It's a great way to play when you only got 8 health. He's going to be running in from the B-bomb side. I don't know if Big have any chance any longer. This seems like a real stretch, although Tabson, it is a nice start. Swings for the second, and he very nearly takes down Hobbit, but through the wooden board there, it's Tabson to go down. Farman is next. A very similar setup, practically playing retake on the A-bomb side.
Yeah, and Hobbit, the one player that was over on A, has been smoked and mollied out. Similar situation to what you called in the first half. Just do as much damage as you can. And to be fair, he has landed a few shots onto Grix. He's down at 41. That's a weakened target to deal with later on, but his bomb has been planted finally, and now the retake starts to come through.
Yeah, and it's going to be all about that smoke kit. These are mirrored rounds in every way possible. All we need is for Big to knife someone in the smoke to stop the defuse, and we're going to have an exact mirror of the first half pistol. Blame F will take down Sway. Where's that smoke on top of the bomb? They do need that. Slaxijaz, you're the one that has it. Got to be throwing it out at some point here. Hobbit running them down, and that's huge. Now he's on that defuse, and you can see they're running out of bullets on the Glocks. They're not finding him inside. PARIVISION completing exactly what Big wanted. Farvin, and they look at a boost into the window. Double boost, in fact. Slaxijaz, though, he's had himself a great time on the map. Let's see if he's going to be ready. Smoke is still there. Got to be careful when it fades. Keep your eye on this one. See if you could hear the crowd as well. They're definitely excited. Yeah, he's seen the shoulder now. He definitely knows. Is he expecting two, though? We'll check out one, and he absolutely is. Heads-up play for Slaxijaz. Can't complete the kill on the third one, but that should be enough to slow this down. And Big, kind of in big trouble here.
Yeah, tabseN limping his way onto the site. Typically the entry fragging component on Big. And now he has the bomb plant duties to contend with. Grix, though, with the spray is good for the first one. They know his second play is there. Hobbit shot his MP9 earlier. Now tabseN's going on a fact-finding mission. Nails the shot onto Zwei, but it's not enough for the outright frag. And now things get real dicey for Grix. 1 HP from the HE. No one's home anyway for PARIVISION, though they've pretty much given up mid, but they are thinking about re-engaging now.
Yeah, I love it. 4-man peek into the middle for the PARIVISION side of things. I think this is a strategy that is not always used enough on this map. So deadly when you can retake the middle in the sort of, you know, halfway through the round. Very normal sort of setup here for PARIVISION. So none of the madness that we saw at Big trying to push the palace or trying to push down the hallway. I do say that, but Sway is thinking about it. This is what Farman did with great success, flanking the middle and shooting a couple of people in the back. But can he find this first one is the real question. Both of them shooting at the wall, and tabseN coming out on top. And that's huge because he did have the bomb on his back. If he had died, that could have been very awkward.
As intel gathered, great transfer from Slaxijaz, and a weakened tabseN finished off as well. So the player advantage in favor of PARIVISION, but not for much longer. As Favn cracks open the site, Smoke and Molly also perfectly placed. This bomb should be planted momentarily.
Yeah, they're running through. Cello, he wants to see if he could beat the timing while the bomb is being planted. Very risky move. And now the AWP is going to be relocating here. There's no grenades on the CT side. They have to just face check it. There's no other way. Doesn't work out in their favor. Hobbit goes in and he dies, and they can't even really get the refrag here. Cello has to commit to it. I can't believe he wins the fight there. Now he's got to be sweating Grix. He knows if he screws this one up, it's a lot of trouble. Misses the first shot here. The nerves have got to be right there for him. Oh, God. There's still time for the defuse. Cello getting close now. Hits the headshot. Spins around for it. That is a nasty retake.
This Big is giving me no faith right now. I've got to be real. Especially this T-half has been rough to watch. But who knows? They are starting to make a move outside of Palace. Smoke's connecting as well. Damage is significant, but Grix does answer the call. The bomb carrier now transitioning across to get the plant down as fast as possible.
Yeah, that smoke being thrown there from jungle didn't actually blow open the smoke all that much, so not really a chance to see anything. Deep smoke towards CT spawn, and they've got two people on the other side. Hobbit, yeah, he's trying to find the lineup. I actually kind of like this, but didn't quite get the right angle. He goes down. tabseN's traded out. Yeah, and I think PARIVISION, this is all about the economy. Again, because you've got the time for it. So, one step in the right direction for Big. More of this, and it could get interesting. Blame F trying to guess the angle there. He's kind of correct, but couldn't actually land any of the bullets. And they're fighting for middle here, PARIVISION. This is more aggressive than we're used to seeing from them, but I like it. James gets the kill on JDC. They're close now. Farvin trying to fight back, but he doesn't have the answer for the second kill. Sway going to be taking down tabseN, and suddenly Big are reduced to a 2-on-4. It's looking like PARIVISION don't need that many rounds fully justifying the save in the previous round, by the way, getting into this one.
Yeah, they've been playing such solid Counter-Strike that the chances of them letting this slip are just so slim. Now it's down to Blame F, the brains behind the operation. He's not had a great individual performance so far. Was their top performing player coming into this series. They know exactly where he is. He's living on borrowed time, and we are headed to Ancient. The question that is left to be answered is who claims the final frag? As Blame F moves in, and it will be a quick-fire headshot. Slaxyjez had a fantastic Mirage performance. I don't know if Blame F by himself is enough to carry them through this game.
No, I don't think so either. I do think it has to be more of a team effort, but we're going to find out right now. It's PARIVISION going to be starting on the CT side, which means Big are on the T side of things. And heading into Ancient, here's a great map to finish on. And let's find out how this one plays out. They're trying to attack the red room already. You could see BlameF is charging down the middle all the way into CT spawn, hunting Jame. But in the meanwhile, they're getting hunted themselves. Hobbit landing a headshot on Tabs, and Slaxyjez now stopping BlameF. So Big, the speed with which they wanted to do this, it's a great idea, but they keep losing players, they're getting slowed down, and more PARIVISION players keep showing up. Yeah, and you don't really have to fight to the death. Again, say here, if you're Slaxyjez, gotta be careful you don't get completely overwhelmed. Jame is there, and the spray is good, so... Okay, well, BlameF trying to see if he can find an entry into the middle. He absolutely can, in spite of the flashbang. I can't believe he's got away with it here, but Slaxyjez does one better, and Jame on that freshly bought AWP. He's going to get one kill before it's stolen away. That is madness. 6 people dead in the middle. Just a huge all-out brawl happening. And now the bomb is going to be picked up over on the B side. They could push right through and plant. Not that they know it yet. But Tabson, yeah, he actually braved the smoke. He walked through that CT smoke, and he's going to find nobody on the bomb site. If they get the bomb planted here, Farvin might even get a free kill. Nearly done it there, but Sway! He gets the M4 out in time. Oh, Farvin is going to be punching a hole in the desk here. Yes, the bomb is planted, but now it is all on Tabson.
Oh, I love he's playing up close as well. He's going to try and catch him in an awkward position. As the first frag. Spray comes through, but Hobbit too fast.
Walking away from that, so yeah, it might be just another mid-fight happening.
They're good spawns for mids, and they've got that early trade for 1-for-1. Ordinarily, you'd be pretty happy if you were the Ts, especially in this kind of a buy, but because the AWP is in play and the positions for the CTs are really strong, I'm not so sure about that. Kit has been blown away, but there's still 2 more where that came from. And Blame F has traded up to the AK, so there are ways forward here for Big, and again, they've decided that A site is where they want to paint their bullseye and their final destination for this round. It will put Slaxyjez under a ton of pressure, but he has the M4, and what we just saw Mirage is he is more than capable of standing his ground and putting a couple of bodies on the deck.
That is definitely true. Waiting back here. Oh, they line up for him. That first dink, I think it almost did like 160 damage, but spread across 2 players. That's so much. And if it's just kind of the early days, if he's still warming up into it and getting settled into the team, could be in for a bit of a wild ride. Deep CT smoke allows Hobbit to get all the way down here. And they even clear this out with an incendiary. I like that. Farvin not checking the right-hand side. Tabson, though. Nice return. Jame... He's got the scope ready, and JDC might walk into it, but no, Grix coming back for it. Huge kill. Cello is in trouble as well, whether he knows it or not. BlameF commits to the spray, and the AK will come out on top here. Very important for Big. They need rounds right now, and they are going to get this one. JDC will take down Sway. Last bastion of hope there for the B bomb site. So now Big... Slaxyjez, I mean, you can look for exits. You could make it annoying. You could make it one of those rounds that Big are going to regret, but I doubt you can win the 1v4, even if JDC and Tabson are a bit low.
Can do some serious damage though. In their angles. It's harder to breach back out again, especially when players start to get in towards Red Room. It's really awkward. But they are stacking it as a result. It's a bait and switch. Slaxyjez is up close with the MP9. Jane misses his shot, but that's going to activate Slaxyjez. The problem, though, is the MP9's not good enough to quickly tear through 2. And so that 1-for-1 trade comes through.
Oh, that's an awkward fight. Oh, Cello, you at least wanted the first one there, but the wall caught a lot of the bullets, and he had to swing wider to try and finish the kill, and that got him ultimately shut down. And I think PARIVISION, it's an easy choice to make the save here. I think James is only sticking around to try and see if anyone's going to hunt them down, but there's no chance they're going to go for this one. They do not have the cash, and they don't want to let Big back into the game really early on here. I was getting pretty worried for them, honestly. It looked like they were kind of collapsing on Mirage. And then starting by losing the first 3 rounds here, it could have been a real disaster for them. Putting pressure on middle, but Farvin, my god, he's faking the B bomb site. The bomb is on the A side, and they've put that smoke towards Red Room. The fact that you're allowed to run this fake and you get the kill, that is magnificent. I can't believe they're so slow on the A side. I feel like Farvin, if they don't win this round, he's going to be so mad. He's checked by Cello. And the fact that there's nobody else there as well, maybe now they're going to start to rotate on back. They could have probably had the bomb down already, but Big might have been waiting for another piece of intel. Some of the piece of the puzzle here. Bombs planted. Slaxy Jess. Oh no! Falls back off the ledge, and Grix with the 180 to take him down. Eyes on the ramp, which is otherwise my favorite thing to complain about. Boost us up though. It's very fortunate for Sway. He could have been timed there. Tries to throw down the smoke, but they are already going to be in front of it. They don't want to wait any longer here. Sway immediately taken out. It's a very nice move for Big, realizing that if they wait behind the smoke, they have to reset the entire round and probably go back and take middle, and that's just going to take a long time. JDC is down for the smoke, though. A bit of an awkward moment. There is a kit in play, and there's one on the ground as well, but this will not necessarily be an easy retake. No more grenades really on the T side, and Cello headshot on the tabs, and Farvin's going to go down next. A missed opportunity for Grix. He couldn't see a thing, and now he's smoked out. This might be come down to the wall bangs then. I think that's what they're set up for anyway here, and there's one through the smoke. Grix taking on Slaxy Jess, running in with the knife out, trying to find James, who's the second from defusing. Oh my god! He knifed the wrong... Yeah, I guess that body block guard even works with the wall bang, right? So, in general, just a smart play all across the board. We're in the round number 9, and now the battle is really brewing here. In the middle again, JDC with the double, but Swade takes him down, recommits with the MP9, and it's very nearly a multi. Oh my god! Big to have a big moment here in the first half. Still definitely find a way to do it here. Hobbits, he will go down. Farvin, back at it again. Jumping around in the middle here. Salo, I don't know, very risky stuff, especially when you got the M4A4. Sway goes down. Farvin is on one here. He's had his individual moments where he's really shined through. I don't think he's going to be top in terms of the stats at the end of the series here, but the impact he's having on some of these rounds is pretty significant. A 5 versus 3 that they really should never be losing here.
Yeah, and they're going to slow it down. Still tons of time left on the clock. And this is precisely why that timeout from Big, I think, was spot on, because... yeah, it's easy to focus on the last couple of rounds, especially that very frustrating knife in the smoke round. But you still had 3 T rounds coming into this. You can still make this a really solid half. And they've done a great job of executing that. Now, whereas they had tons of time left before, those sands of time are beginning to run dry in this round. Then they're very split up as well. They've taken forward positions. As Favin is already pushing round CT side, he's opening up some avenues of aggression they can get through on that B. So they should be able to get this plant down. I was a bit concerned for a second, Anders. They're going to wait way too long, but they've got it done regardless.
Yeah, no, I understand your concern. I mean, that is one way to kind of start to give up some of these rounds, is if you suddenly you're so low on the clock that it just takes one mistake, but pretty well handled. James and Cello left with the rifles here. So one of the ways that PARIVISION have stayed dangerous is that they keep saving a lot of rifles, and for once it looks like they are going to be a little bit more punished. Actually could be a huge key to success here for Big. I wouldn't be too against it if they try to hunt down James, and I think they're already gearing up to do just that.
With 35 seconds, they will be. The only thing that could save them is PARIVISION get cold feet and they rotate their players away, but they're not going to. Now they're hearing the grenades come out. Here we go.
Yeah, smoke down early. 25 seconds. You have to push through. There's no other choice, and that is a fantastic opening. Blamef takes down Slaxy. Jamie can't see on top of the box, and he misses the shot. Oh, he waited all day for an opportunity to do that. Hobbit is there, and he's going to get the one at the very least. Cello with a double kill himself. Leaves Blamef in a near unwinnable position with 5 seconds on the clock. He's just picked it up, but it doesn't really matter. He get the kill, but he can't find the last one. It will be another round for PARIVISION. That stack worked out, and even if you just force out the smoke there, you know that someone is going to be in that front position. He's escaped in the meantime, and again, looks like they want to be splitting this bomb site. James last time couldn't find the shot, but this time It's so easy. Slaxy just though goes down. He was partially flashed there from Grix, and now Jame. Oh, the timing, it couldn't have been worse. Bomb should be planted this time with 30 seconds left. And unless Cello can win this fight, there's not even a chance. My God, it looked like he pre-fired it. He might have seen the shadow, but that is still a lightning fast reflex there. 3 versus 3 now, and PARIVISION, if they steal this one away, they're well on their way to winning the series and getting into the semifinals.
It's a desperate round. I completely agree. 5 rounds is bare minimum here for Big to feel somewhat comfortable. As the grenade comes out, Yellow nearly caught with his pants down. Smoke now going to be going down onto the side as the spray comes in.
It looks like they've sent Jame, as he loves to do, out lurking on the other side, which is kind of interesting, being the captain of the team as well. Hobbit goes down, though. Tabson not lurking around. Straight aggressive. Grix with the headshot as well. 2-for-1 trade. Oh, but Cello! He brings it back. That is a huge double kill.
Yeah, it brings the pain, and then doing so slows everything down. If Big were trying to get too aggressive and get a bit cocky, they've been brought back to earth with a bang, a reality check. Jello down to 36 HP. Because that will happen so quickly, Jame has moved himself up, and he's already in cave.
Yeah.
So they know that no one at least is on the B side on his position, but they didn't have eyes on mid for a conceivable amount of time, so they're not sure as to if a player is rotated through. This could get awkward real quick.
Yeah, I don't know if I love Sway being in the middle at all. I feel like he should be bringing the bomber with Cello. Now, Cello isn't going to be intercepted just yet. Oh, he goes down as well. But yeah, now Jame has to give up his position to try and help out, because you just don't know how many CTs are around here. Haven't bumped into anyone yet. JDC, oh, the perfect position. Bomb is on the ground now. And James' long lurk, unfortunately, not really rewarded just yet.
But he was also trying to be some form of a safety net for those teammates that were moving through. So, a bit of an awkward one. No plant down means no real purchase of any great means, and Tabson makes the most of that, with Favin making short work of PARIVISION in this round.
See, trying to get flashed into it, and Cello is on the other side here. Yeah, they want to commit to it. Both teams not afraid. Blame if he gets one, but there might be another fight. Are they actually going to fall back? So, Big come out on top on this one. Tabson also found a kill on the other side of it. And this is what Big, remember, on the T side did so well. They kept fighting middle. They kept getting the mid control, but now that they're on the CT side themselves, they actually shot PARIVISION down early on, at least.
Well, Slacks he did just spot Grix jumping there for information, so decides to pivot into Donut instead. And you called it, Anders. You said Blame F is going to be a real problem to deal with in mid, and so far that has been the case. And I see no reason for that to slow down anytime soon. Taps in such a forward position as well, by the way.
Yes, it is. It means that they're going to have really advanced warning for what's coming up. It means they can start to rotate more people over if anything happens. Tabson will go down, but Farman critically down to 10 health, but getting the kill on Sway. That's super important. But wait a minute. If they get this kill here, and they surely will, Blame F goes down. Now there's an open runway. Might be a while before the bomb gets here, but as long as they can hold it, this is going to be an interesting round.
The longer the bomb takes to get there, the more that Favin will feel like staying on B is the correct decision. There is only 18 seconds, so obviously we have all the intel. We know that PARIVISION are fully focused on this one. But that's the reason that Favin's not moved. He has no idea as to what's coming up. Smoke goes down, the kill comes through, and that's going to be the bomb spilled out on the ground. It fumbles, and now Grix can push the smoke, deny the bomb plant, and now the round is done. And it really should be a case of extending and making some serious daylight between the two of them. Just the two rifles. Tabson, the narrowest of angles here on that pixel peak. Does allow him to fall back. But he is alone, so I'm a bit surprised he's going for this. He's susceptible to being flashed out, but he now finds himself in a bit of an awkward spot. Blame F has his back covered though, but the timing is going to work against them. It is a 1-for-1 trade. Pretty solid for PARIVISION.
Absolutely, and Blame F getting shut down as he's falling back. Slaxy Jez, he took a bit of a break, I think, right after he said that he was playing well. He basically went on to lose like 6 rounds, but now he's back in it again. Does get taken down from Favin, and now JDC. Hey, Blame F is in sick company up there. And it is interesting to see that Cello is there, but he's not played that many rounds in this position, so I don't take it for quite the same here. Rush onto the site. There's no money on the CT side. Hobbit just quick to clean it out. He needs the kills.
Yeah, I had a bit of a slow one on Mirage, but You know, that being said, I suppose we can kind of segue as this round is essentially done. There's not really that much that Big can even save. But people getting on his back about dropping 6 kills on Mirage, he's not been signed up to this team to be a star player.
True.
Like, you don't expect Hobbit to be out there dropping 20s and 20 plus. He is there for multiple different reasons. One of them,
his career, but as long as he can add to all the rest of it, I don't think it's a bad pickup at all. And I think Hobbit already today has proven many times he can go toe-to-toe with even some of the top aimers here in the server, which is plenty enough in my opinion. Hobbit with the Mac 10 and Cello as well. They're beating up on them. It's just the SMGs that are doing all the work at the moment. Another headshot as Tabson goes down. Disastrous turn of events here. PARIVISION announcing themselves in the second half. Finally, they did get 7 rounds in the first half on the CT side, but then been a slow way to get back into it here. So this was a much-needed round. Grix has to try and save, and PARIVISION, they could make a case for hunting him once the bomb is planted.
Grix in the middle of no man's land. Just looking to try and hold on to this up. So PARIVISION really picking the pace up in these last 2 rounds, using those Mac 10s to run and gun and get straight in the face of Big, and it's yielded massive success. Kind of reminds me a little bit of that Mirage round where I think it was round 4 on their T side. They just took the Mac 10s and rushed through B-apps, and it caught Grix off guard. So that same kind of mentality. Don't let Big get settled. Don't let them get comfortable on this CT side and continue to just chip away at that money. They've been doing a great job. They now know exactly where Grix is. They have their target acquired. They've got the money to push him down as well. They'd happily sacrifice.
Counter-Strike here in 26 started. If you get to the semifinals, then you're in such a better position. It's only the quarterfinals here. BlameF, cheeky 5-7. Gonna get shot in the back though. Already Hobbit was pushing up. He's really enjoying his time with the Mac 10. I feel like seeing Hobbit this free, it's almost making him way more dangerous.
Yeah, that's another thing I think that James will have in terms of unleashing Hobbit and having enough faith in his ability and his game sense to kind of do more of what he wants. Have a bit more of a free-flowing edge to him. I mean, of course, this is a low investment round. There's not really head armor across the board, so the Mac 10 is going to become even more powerful and deadly. And just going back to what you said about, you know, the VRS leading into Singapore, PARIVISION had an absolute stinker at Cologne. Going out so early, it's what led to the roster changes, of course. Big also did a lot better, I think, in terms of people's expectations, but didn't quite make the latter stages. So, yeah, plenty to play for both of these squads, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, PARIVISION came into that event looking like a dead team. I mean, everyone kind of knew that they were. The Standard already advertised they were going to give it up here. Farmin, 1 kill is fun. It's not going to be enough to change anything in the round, but Grix is sneaking out. Oh, if he could have stayed alive, Farmin, that would have been really a little bit, I think.
Sure, especially as, you know, Cash was a map that was maybe a bit of a gamble. It didn't work out, but it's still growing pains. But a really dominant performance on Mirage and potentially a very solid performance here on Ancient as the flashes blind both teams. It is a 1-for-1 trade, but BlameF loses JDC. Pretty considerable amount of talent that goes with him, even if he's not had the greatest of map again here. But it also alleviates a little bit of that pressure on middle. They try and go for a speculative shot from James. He gets winged, but he's still alive on 14 kills.
I just feel like BlameF is looking a bit stressed in the way that he's taking some of these mid-fights. Like, I see him spraying even as he's kind of moving away, which I don't think you normally see him do. It seems like he's maybe feeling the pressure a bit, which is rare. Tabson in a position here, but can't find the headshot. They swing a bit wider. It means he has to give it up. Grix, he's in the right part of the map. He's got the right idea, but James is on the other side. Scary prospect to be up against. They're going to be throwing some grenades over just to put a bit of pressure on. They've not committed to it yet. They still got 40 seconds. That's a lot of time for PARIVISION to get to the A-bomb side. And you know they're a team that love to play it to the very last seconds. Actually just spots out Tabson. I actually love that peek from Tabson. That's so smart. Now the pressure is on PARIVISION. They can't really fall back. They're committed to it coming out of the cave. Hobbit, he goes down first. Grix landing the shot, but they are still alive. 20 seconds here. Planting the bomb. BlameF, do you want to try and go for the wall bang, or are you going to go for the sneaky move? Okay, he will wrap around instead.
Sneaky has paid off for him. Nice jump peek as well. Flashbang through. This should facilitate Favin to get up close, but it's going to be his way that nails him. Down to 6 HP. One bullet could seal the deal here. There's ways going to try and play possum. Look for the wall bang, not too far off with the AWP, but it has drawn Blame F away. And keep in mind that Blame doesn't have a kit.
Yeah, you're right. 10 seconds. He has to hunt him down right now. Almost got him. Sway in the corner. Did he buy enough time? Is there a kit anywhere? No is the answer. Can't do anything about it. It will be PARIVISION up to 12. Brilliantly played there from Sway. Then it's absolutely sick. And if not, they're in trouble. Yeah, now he's moving a little bit further. You've got to start rotating people to the B-bomb side. You already know that it's very likely JDC has spotted nobody. They are drawing Blame F over. This is a good setup for Big, but they're not out of the woods yet here. Hobbit goes down. The FAMAS is traded out. 30 seconds. JDC getting closer, but through the smoke. Farmin, he goes down to Sway. That's a bit of a disaster. 20 seconds now on the clock, and they're bringing the bomb up for the plant as well. Slaxy just charged with it. He's got enough health for it. Nobody can interrupt him, and that long flank from JDC. He doesn't get the kill that he needed. That needed to be so clean that he could have picked up a quick double. Instead, now he's locked in. He goes down to Sway. It's all falling apart here for Big. At least they got the kit this time, but they can't make it past. Cello gets one, and now it's a 2-for-1 here. Blame F. You got to save your team. You might as well go straight for it. Go for it. Wallbanger on the other side. It chips away at him, but it hasn't found the kill, and he will get it. In my life at that point in time. We're in round number 22. I said they needed 4. Down to 3. Oh, anyone looking at the map. I hate everything about this. How many times must I say it? Farmin with the grenade in hand. What is the plan? What, you're going to toss the grenade and try to stop 3 players coming through? There's 0 chance. Like, the best case scenario for Farmin there is that they throw a Molotov at him from all the way at the bottom of ramp, and then he can throw out his smoke, but why risk that? Jame with a great flick, and I think it's all over here. Blame F in a 1 versus 4. And it goes out in kind of a whimpering fashion. That B defense never really standing up to it. But PARIVISION with a fantastic...